Move to item number 5, AB 1690. Ms. Rivas.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. I want to start by accepting the amendments listed on page 10 of the analysis.
Thank you.
And thank your team for working with our office. With the amendments, AB 1690 will transition the sale of all-in-one disposable vapes, which are not rechargeable, to reusable and rechargeable nicotine products to address the impacts that these single-use products have on our health and our environment. According to the CDC, the United States is experiencing an epidemic of lung injury associated with youth electronic cigarette use of vapes. In 2018, over 20% of U.S. high school students reported using vapes in schools, including classrooms and bathrooms. The use of disposable e-cigarettes increased about 1,000% among high school e-cigarette users in 2020. Teens may not realize that nicotine is deeply addictive. Nicotine actually changes adolescents' brain cell activity in the parts of the brain responsible for attention, learning, and memory, and can even worsen anxiety. Additionally, the aerosol from a vape device has not been proven safe. Studies have found that it contains lead and volatile organic compounds, some of which are linked to cancer. As vape usage surges in the United States, they often overlooked for the fire danger they pose for waste and recycling workers. According to the FDA, vapes can catch on fire or explode and seriously hurt people. A vape pen's main safety issue lies in the lithium-ion battery it contains to fuel the heating element or atomizer. The shape and construction of electronic cigarettes can make them behave like flaming rockets when a battery fails. Between January 2009 and December 31st, 2016, 195 separate incidents of explosion and fire involving an electronic cigarette were reported by the U.S. media. 62% of the incidents of explosion and fire involving an electronic cigarette or its battery occurred when the device was either in a pocket or actively in use. Additionally, vapes can also contain heavy metals, battery acid, nicotine, and other harmful chemicals. Improperly disposing of these all-in-one disposable vapes are known to leach toxic chemicals into the environment, pollute water, and harm wildlife. The microplastics and hazardous chemicals that leach from this vape waste accumulates in the food chain and affects whole ecosystems, including the health of soils. Current law passed in 1989 in AB 939 set our waste hierarchy at source reduction first, then recycling. Reusable vapes are already widely available on the market and are a less wasteful alternative and align with California's waste hierarchy. By moving away from all-in-one disposable vapes, the smoking industry will be driven to transition their products to be less wasteful. Today, I have Michael Daft with Republic Services and Jordan Wells from the National Stewardship Action Council serving as our witnesses in support. Thank you.
Thank you. First witness, please.
Thank you, Member Rivas, Chair, and members.
Use the microphone, please.
Apologies. Is this better? Yeah. I am Jordan Wells with the National Stewardship Action Council, a nonprofit that advocates for a circular and equitable economy and the sponsor of AB 1690. AB 1690 will phase out the sale of wasteful, single-use, all-in-one vaping devices, which are comprised of a battery that cannot be removed or recharged. The entire unit should be disposed of as hazardous waste at HHW facilities, or household hazardous waste facilities. Lithium-ion batteries are much more prone to sparking fires than other household batteries, and it is illegal to dispose of them in the trash or recycling, where they can and do cause fires that can result in catastrophic and costly damage to property and the environment, with the potential to hurt people, including our waste industry workers. Additionally, we have a truth in labeling problem. Many non-rechargeable vaping devices we find online are labeled disposable, which implies they can be disposed of in the trash. And some go beyond that and actually say some things like single use, no hassle of worrying about charging the device or refilling with e-juice, and recyclable and eco-friendly. This leads to consumer confusion. Nearly half of all e-cigarette consumers are unaware of how to properly dispose of them. 51% of young e-cigarette users reported disposing of empty disposables in the trash, and approximately 1 in 5 in a regular recycling bin. And vaping via disposable products is on the rise. Among youth, e-cigarettes, especially the disposables, are more popular than any traditional tobacco product because they are cheaper to purchase. About 54% of youth who use e-cigarettes use disposables. 1 in 10 of young e-cigarette users reported discarding of their disposables by simply throwing them on the ground. When electronic vaping products are improperly disposed of in the environment, they may leach lead, cobalt, and other substances in toxic amounts. Lastly, 2 state-appointed bodies have recommended that California ban the sale of e-cigarettes, including the statewide Ocean Protection Council and the 16-member statewide Recycling Commission, which represents local governments, waste haulers, nonprofits, and unions. I want to thank our principal authors, Chair Stone, and Assembly members Luz Rivas and Cotty Petrie-Norris for their leadership on this bill, as well as the 20 co-authors. We worked with the opposition in the prior committee, and the bill has been amended to remove much of the opposition. I respectfully urge your aye vote on AB 1690. Thank you.
Thank you. Next witness, please.
Good morning, Chair, members. Michael Daft with Ray and McKaylee here today on behalf of Republic Services, a leading solid waste, recycling, and compost provider here in California and nationwide. Republic Services wants to commend the author for introducing this measure that we believe will enhance the safety of our employees at our facilities around the state. As the author stated, AB 1690 seeks to limit tobacco single-use products, products which are too often disposed of in the trash and end up in our collection vehicles and ultimately at Republic's facilities. The impacts of single-use products on the environment and the waste and recycling streams have always been highlighted, but for us at Republic Services and other solid waste companies, these items can have other negative consequences. In the case of the products identified in AB 1690, specifically the lithium-ion batteries, they can lead to fires and other hazards at our facilities. While there have been fires in the past prior to these products being introduced in recent years, these new, smaller, difficult to identify batteries still end up in our waste stream and end up causing fires at many of Republic's facilities. For example, there were 6 fires across 2020 and 2021 at the Richmond transfer station alone. Republic Services believes that these small batteries entering the waste stream has led to an increase in fires in recent years. Republic's Los Angeles facilities have also reported fires caused by the heat and pressure from the heavy equipment grabbing or pushing a load with one of these lithium-ion batteries in it, leading to a spark or ignition of a fire. The safety of the employees at these facilities is a top priority for Republic Services, and prohibiting the sale of these products and shifting them to rechargeable versions will help eliminate potential fire hazards at the facilities by ensuring these single-use versions of these products do not end up disposed in the waste stream. We'd like to thank the committee for your time today, thank the author for introducing this, and we respectfully ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there others in the hearing room who would like to indicate support? We will not take further testimony, but just name, affiliation, and support.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. Jason Schmelzer on behalf of the California Product Stewardship Council, Alameda Stop Waste, and Western Placer Waste Management Authority in strong support of the bill.
Lydia Bourne representing the Health Officers Association of California in support.
Jonathan Clay on behalf of the City of Encinitas in support.
Thank you. Anyone else in the hearing room in support? Seeing none, operator, would you open the lines for anyone who would like to indicate support for AB 1690?
To show support for AB 1690, please press 10 at this time. 1 followed by 0. Line 59, you are open.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Kara Ross on behalf of the City of Solana Beach in support of the bill.
Next, we'll go to line 96. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Chair and members. Erica Romero on behalf of Rethink Waste in strong support.
Line 101, you are open. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Nick Lapis with Californians Against Waste and strong support.
And as a final reminder, to show support for AB 1690, please press 10. And line 118, please go ahead.
Good morning, Jim Lindberg on behalf of the Friends Committee on Legislation of California in support.
Mr. Chair, nobody else is queued up.
Thank you. We will now move to opposition. Is there anyone in the hearing room who would like to speak in opposition of AB 1690? All right, seeing none. Operator, would you open the lines for any opposition to AB 1690?
Show opposition for AB 1690, please press 10 at this time. 1 followed by 0. Mr. Chair, nobody's queuing up.
All right, thank you. Operator, you may close the lines. I'll bring it back to the committee, such as it is. Questions, comments? Ms. Reyes.
This is it. I would love to have you do an informational program for our high school students. The testimony you gave today in support of this bill is so important for our high school students to hear. So apart from everything else that the bill is about, but just the information that you've provided is so important. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Rivas, you may close.
Thank you. I respectfully ask for an aye vote, and thank you for joining me on this bill and for all the support that your committee has given this
Thank you.
bill.
Thank you. We will take it up once
Yes.
we have a quorum.